Guys, welcome back. Today is week 10 of the APA, and taking on Q, the Costa Rican, and the Chicago Dragon Bolts. And doing something a little different today. Gonna do post-com because the video I recorded, I used the wrong mic, and my in-game audio is just like louder than my actual voice audio, which isn't cool. But this gives me an opportunity to do a little post-com. I've done post-com here and there before and enjoyed it, so this should be fun. I'm not going to do a full team builder as I normally do, just because I had one recorded, but again, terrible audio. So I'll just briefly go over the team. Yeah, Latios is a pretty big threat. So is Mamoswine. Mamoswine, always so good. I used to think it was just me drafting teams that, were weak to Mamoswine, but no, Mamoswine is just good against like every team, I'm realizing. So I have Melodic, luckily, on this team to check that. Third time playing Galar Zapdos in this league, just kind of worked out that way. I could see him bringing Zoroark for Tapu Lele, as like just to keep me guessing, not wanting to use Psychic and stuff. I think Ferrothorn is the Lele check. Rabombi could come with webs to try and slow me down. That's basically the gist of it. Crawdaunt could be dangerous. Rotom I think comes. I know who it comes because the game already happened, but this was my thought process going into the game. There we go. So here is me, and this is the matchup. And here's me looking at the matchup. And I'm seeing he has Rabombi instead of Zoroark. And I guess we'll go over who I brought. Chople Berry Heatran for mostly to take fighting moves from Zapdos, or like a fighting move. Scarf Mienshao, which is my revenge killer basically. Life Orb or Flame Orb Melodic to tank hits from Mamoswine and Zapdos. Lele's Boots because I wanted a guaranteed way to revenge kill Crawdaunt, so I didn't want webs to go up and then just have me, friggin' too slow. Right? I think that was my thought process. The boots were definitely for webs, was what I was thinking there. Air Balloon Snorlax, because otherwise my team gets destroyed by Earthquake from Mamoswine. And then I think I was Sil Valley Electric there. Yeah, because a bit of a Rotom switch and a bit of a Zapdos switch, and I want to defog on this team to try and deal with the expected hazards that I think he's going to stack. So I lead Mienshao, and I'm really considering, by the way, I'm reckless high jump kick on this because it OHKOs Ferrothorn. At least like a just max HP Ferrothorn at OHKOs, and close combat did not. So I'm really considering high jump kick here just to kill Rotom right off the bat. But if he's like max HP, I think he has like a reasonable chance to live, and then I don't have Regenerator, so I would take huge damage that I couldn't get back. So I opt to just go for a U-turn, I believe, here. Yeah. And then I'm gauging this damage to see if maybe High Jump Kick would have KO'd. And I think I'm realizing there that I probably would have KO'd. But anyway, I go into my electric type swap in here. Sil Valley Electric. And he Volt Switches out. So on this mon I have Thunderbolt, Surf, Defog, and Flamethrower. Flamethrower just for Pharaoh. Surf for Rotom and Mamo. And then, Thunderbolt for stab and like hitting Zapdos. Nothing on this set for Latios, but he doesn't know that because Silvally could have Ice Beam. So he's got to keep that in mind. Now, I could just surf this thing and die, but I'm not interested in that. So I'm thinking he's got a very free Earthquake looking at my roster. So I don't think it's too much of a risk to go to Snorlax here. I resist his Ice Stab anyway. And Air Balloon. And I dodge that Earthquake with Air Balloon Snorlax. He's just floating through the sky.
If only we could fly. Biscuit style.
So, oh yeah, I have Toxic Protect. Why did I have that? I think just to mess with Rotom. Heat Crash is obviously for Ferrothorn. I think I went Body Slam there. Yeah. So here I'm like, ah shit, I should have gone for a Toxic, but Body Slam's fine. Do pretty good damage. And I'm worried about this thing having Pain Split, but my whole team's pretty full. So I don't have a great swap into Pain Split, but I go, yeah, I just go Silvally again. Takes a Volt Switch with ease, and it's like pretty good against most of his team. So I don't mind getting Volt Switched on so much. My ground type is Runerigus on this team, and didn't think it had the best matchup, so unfortunately that means I'm getting Volt Switched on all the time. I could have brought Silvally Ground, but I didn't think that was as good as Silvally Electric. He goes back to Mamo. Now I don't think he's going to Earthquake again after he just saw Air Balloon. So make a bit of a risky play here and go for Surf. Now he does outspeed me, and he Icicle Crashes me, and he does a lot of damage. And I'm like, whoa, is that like a boosting item? And also I'm like, whoa, is that Scarf? And I'm still actually not sure. I didn't see his sets after the game. But I didn't actually outspeed Jolly Mamo, so I don't know if that's Scarf or not, unfortunately. But it looked like more damage than it should have done. So I'm quite confused at this point. But I feel like I have a pretty safe swap in Melodic since he didn't go for Earthquake. Get my Flame Orb off, and then I'm looking good. And Mamo took a nice chunk from Surf, so it's almost dead. You love to see that. Yeah, Melodic takes nothing. Now it's going to take even less from that burn due to Marvel Scale. And yeah, he doesn't have a great Scald swap in. I guess Laddie. I guess I'm considering flip turning here because I'm pretty confident he's going to switch. I would take some Barb's Chip from Ferrothorn, which I kind of don't want. So I'm probably considering doubling here into Ferro, but flip turn is just safer, so I end up doing that. And we do see Ferrothorn. So I take a bit of damage, but this will tell me if it's lefties, it'll tell me if it's helmet. And I get a massive crit there. Crit mattered. And we're going to go to our fire type. Heatran. What's my Heatran set? I think it's Lava Plume, Stealth Rock. Oh yeah, I had Ancient Power for Rotom. And Toxic. Oh yeah, Toxic was for Latios, but it's nice for Rotom as well. Heatran's good in this game because, I mean, of course I can Oko Ferrothorn. Oh, and we saw it was lefty, so I know it's not any Resist Berry. So I'm cool to just go for Lava Plume. Yeah, and the other nice thing about Heatran in this match is it completely walls any Rabombi set. Rabombi just can't do anything to Heatran. It can U-turn on Heatran, but that's the best it can do. I think I went Flash Fire in this game though, as a way to sort of check Rotom. So I go Ancient Power, and I think this has a chance to knock him out depending on his investment. He just volts on me though. We'll see who comes in to take the Ancient Power. I don't remember. I'm on the edge of my seat over here. He's taking his time. I guess he has no idea. I could go for another fire move, but it seems unlikely. Yeah, so he goes Pharaoh. Just banking on me not going for a fire move into Rotom, which makes sense. And he was right. I go for Ancient Power. I'm fishing for that Omni boost. Don't get it. But now, no problem at all. I can just go for another Lava Plume. So he knows now that I'm not like lefties. He might suspect, you know, Resist Berry. Oh, this is a big turn because he reveals Protect. So my plan of potentially OHKOing this thing with Mienshao is sort of out the window now, because I don't want to chance a high jump kick into Ferrothorn when he has Protect. So that's a bummer for me. But yeah, I just go for another Lava Plume. I mean, his best swap is either Laddie or Rotom again, if he wants to do that. His Rotom was revealed to be Boots, so he can swap in, take a Lava Plume, so that's what he does. And he lives, but he's very low, and so this time I go Windows 98 because I don't want him to Pain Split and get all his health back and weaken Heatran. Sounds like worst case scenario, honestly. So I'm doing this, like if it dies, it dies. If he Pain Splits, and he does, then I might even gain some health. I actually think I did lose one there, but it doesn't matter. Now I should outspeed this, given the bulk that it has. So I think I'm fine to just go for Surf, which he knows I have. But yeah, T-Bolt might have taken him out, to be honest. So he probably, like a lot of things could have taken Rotom there, so he probably didn't feel comfortable trying to swap something in, since Silvally has really good coverage. I mean, Ice Beam wouldn't have. He probably could have gone Latios there, but what are you gonna do? So, Rabombi comes in. It's not Boots. I'm thinking he sets webs up here, and so I think I have a free Flamethrower. That or he just kills me. But he sets up webs, and I'm thinking I should still be able to defog, maybe on Ferrothorn later. I could even defog on Mamo. No wait, Mamo was faster. So it'd have to be on Ferrothorn later, but that's my plan, because I feel like this guy's just going to attack now and finish me off, so I might as well keep him at least as a sack. And just go Heatran, which takes any hit from this thing. But then he goes for Light Screen. And turns out I should have just defogged right then and there. And probably just spammed defog, honestly. Well, that's not true because he has Zapdos. which could swap in and take a Defiant boost. So I did have to be careful about my defogs. But that's part of the reason I liked Sil Valley Electric in this match is Zapdos doesn't really want to switch into that to try and like gamble on a defog, because if I Thunderbolt, it do a lot of damage. But anyway, he gets up his second screen. I take him out fishing for another Omni boost. And do I get it? No, I don't. So now he's got both screens up. And he's primed to set up with something. He has Laddie and Zapdos, who are in the back that can both set up potentially. And I'm guessing he's trying to decide between those two, or maybe even Mamo, which wouldn't be a bad idea. But I do still have my air balloon intact on Snorlax, so he decides to go Zapdos. And I got the Chople, baby, and I don't want to let him set up. I consider going Melodic, which is normally a pretty safe swap, but under these circumstances, when he has screens up, he has the move bulk up, you know? I can't let that happen. I really consider switching here, right? Yeah, well, a Lava Plume. And he subs. Now, I am like max special attack modest, so that I can do as much to Rotom as I can with Ancient Power. And it turns out that mattered. According to Q, he's saying it was never a roll for Lava Plume to break his sub behind light screen. So it's good I went so hard into the special attack. Because otherwise, yeah, if that didn't break his sub, I was in a tough spot. But he sees I'm willing to attack, so he attacks himself. Now, I think I'm Flash Fire this week. So I can't really fish for the... Now that does a lot through Chople, but that is a crit. So I hang in there, get a nice Lava Plume off, and it doesn't do much due to the screen, but I get the burn and I'm stoked. Really excited about that. And that is huge. Now I consider saving Heatran because it can still just Oko Ferrothorn. But I don't know if that's worth it, because I take it. Even though Zapdos is burned, I can still do a lot of damage with Brave Bird. If I wanted to go to like Lele or something, or Mienshao to try and finish it. I guess I'd go Melodic if I went anything, but I'm not doing much damage back. So, what am I thinking here? Yeah, I just decided to sack Heatran. Plus, if he subbed as I swapped, that'd be terrible. So Heatran goes down, but my god, he did his job. Yeah, Zapdos. But the burn will cancel out his lefties, which is nice for me. I think the only thing that can take him out is Lele right now, through the screen. Zapdos is surprisingly bulky. I didn't realize it till I played against it earlier this season against Matt O'Shea, when I hit it with a Chandelure Shadow Ball and only did like half. It's like, whoa, this thing can take a hit. You know, for having like 0 investment, that's pretty good. Anyway, checking the turns, I see he's Light Clay on Rabombi. And what am I thinking? Oh, I don't want Ferrothorn to come in. So, and I think Ferrothorn's a pretty free switch. But he could also just sack this thing because it's burned. But I go for the Future Sight here, so that I can at least pressure Ferrothorn and then have a Future Sight kind of looming in the back. So that does huge damage for a burned Zapdos. That would have like almost OHKO'd me if he wasn't burned. Brave Bird's just a strong ass move. So I don't like the looks of that. I'm getting out of there. The Future Sight will finish him if he stays in after this turn. And yeah, that's the thing though. If he goes Ferrothorn on Melodic, then it's not great, to be honest. Yeah, he Brave Birds here. He doesn't go Pharaoh, luckily. And now I'm thinking he's got a pretty free Ferrothorn switch in. But I can just recover at least and get back to basically full so I can continue to check Mamoswine and this thing if he preserves it. So my play is just always recover. And the nice thing about this whole interaction is I'm wasting screen's turns rather than if I just like clicked Psychic with Lele. Not only that, I'm wasting screen's turns and I'm getting health back on Melodic. And he just ended up sacking Zapdos anyway. So decides not to go Ferrothorn here, which I thought would have made sense, but maybe he didn't want to risk a Scald burn. But Future Sight is going to take out Zapdos, and yeah, got health back on Melodic, and I've stalled out some screen's turns. So I'm feeling good. And yeah, who's he got left for Melodic? Yeah, Rotom's dead. Oh, he's got Ferrothorn, of course. Ferrothorn comes in, and I know if he sets up rocks or something, Silvally just dies upon entry. So I want to get Silvally in immediately, so that if he sets up a hazard, I can defog that away, and I'll be able to defog the sticky web that he threw down. And yeah, Silvally comes in. We see Pharaoh go for knockoff, which unfortunately finishes me off. So good play by Q there, because now Sticky Web's up for the rest of the game. And the boots on Lele don't really matter at this point, because, well, they matter if Mamo is not Scarf. If it is Scarf, then it doesn't matter. So, who do I have for Ferrothorn? I'm like, the obvious answer is Mienshao, but since he showed Protect, I don't want to high jump kick. Because like no doubt he would go for that, I think. So I just go Snorlax. My Air Balloon Snorlax. And he's floating around. He's way up in the sky. Don't let the looks fool you. He is near the rafters right now. He's up there. And he's gonna come down hard with all of his weight. With a crash. A heat crash, if you will. And Snorlax is, I don't remember the EVs. I don't think he's max attack or anything. But he's a heavy boy, alright? Despite the air balloon, he's a heavy boy. And he just one-shots the Ferrothorn, which I was surprised by. Even if Ferrothorn has no defense, it was just max HP, there's still a roll in his favor to survive. But here I'm looking at the calc, and then I remember thinking, oh, okay, I guess there was like a 30% chance that I OHKO'd if he has no defense. So I guess that's what happened there. I got lucky, I will admit. I'm not sure what he would have went for. Maybe another hazard. Maybe Leech Seed, which would have been real nice to get on Snorlax. But I just go Body Slam, I think. Try and fish for the para. I have no idea what this Latios is. I don't want to protect in case he tries to set up. Toxic can miss. Body Slam just seems like the best all-around move here. He does go Calm Mind. Which makes sense. You want to have a setup Latios on a screens team. So I have no idea what other moves it has, but I'm thinking on the chance that he tries to recover a bunch. Oh, he goes Aura Sphere. I think I Toxic there. Did I, or did I Body Slam? He pops my balloon. I Toxic, right. Because I was thinking he would try and recover. I didn't want to have to deal with that. But in hindsight, like, Body Slam made more sense. Because if he attacked, I kill him. And if he doesn't attack, I can potentially just paralyze him. So, yeah, I should have just went for Body Slam there, but he does big damage to Snorlax, and I still think he has a recovery move. So I'm thinking if his last move is just Psychic, then he can't really hit Lele if he's just Aura Sphere Psychic. So I just bring Lele in, hoping for an Aura Sphere here, quadruple resist. But he goes for Psychic this turn, and does a lot. So he's gonna be able to 2KO me, basically, because you know that's how it be. So I lose Lele here, but this Mon doesn't die to Toxic this turn. Will definitely go down next turn, and he does survive. So yeah, I just bring in Snorlax to die because I know I need Melodic for Mamo. And Mian Chao is also nice. And would be outsped. It would be outsped by Laddie, because even though I'm Scarfed, the webs would take me down to neutral speed. And I'm just naturally outsped. So he Psychics here. Takes me out, but he will die to Poison. If I had just Body Slammed him, I would probably save a bit of diff, but you live and you learn, guys. So I go Melodic. I know his last one is Mamo, who's mostly dead. Not dead, KO'd. Mamo doesn't. Mons don't die, they just get KO'd. They faint. It's different. So Melodic, yeah, easily picks him off with a Scald. I'm checking now to see if a crit Choice Band Earthquake would KO. And it doesn't. So that's a wrap. Friggin' Melodic is bulky. So bulky. Yeah, I still don't know the Mamoswine set. I'll be curious to watch Q's side. Check Q out, by the way, if you haven't checked him out. He's a lot of fun to watch. And that's the game. Idols move to 8-2, and that, yeah, there's 2 more games left. One against OG Albina, and then the last week is against Under the Radar. And I'm looking to go, you know, undefeated. Aside from the 2 losses, of course. Hashtag undefeated. So, you know, I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and catch me next week. Bye-bye.